Alright, hey guys, my name is Lester, and welcome to the channel. I know I haven't been vlogging for a very long time, but I feel like I need to explain myself, especially this channel that you're seeing this video on isn't really the channel that I originally created. So I have a few things to explain, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So, first of all, I'd just like to apologize for not vlogging as often as I should, mainly because, things are ramping up at work. We're trying to do more cases now, as opposed to just concentrating our efforts on the COVID positive patients in the floor. So, you know, that's that's kind of like a lame reason. Work is always getting in the way of social media. But no, that's one of the reasons why we are not vlogging as often as we should. That's one of the reasons. That's part one. Part two is I would like to explain to you why this new channel. I know it's under a different name too, right? It's not under the same name, but for those of you that do know me, I have this weird thing with names. I've been known to have different emails with different names on it, and I have this compulsive disorder. No, not really compulsive disorder. More like I have this thing for names where I have to research it and do all sorts of things with it. I have to be unique. It's not something that's a name that's widely used. So that's why I'm known on the internet under different names. This channel is actually the third channel I've made. I'll actually gather all of the videos and put them on this channel, because hopefully this will be the last channel I'll be making, and we'll go on from there. Explanation about the name. So when I come up with names, I know this is actually a tutorial on making a name for yourself on the internet. But what I do first is make sure that when I do come up with a name, it's something that's easy to pronounce. It's something that people will stick to eventually. I know I've come up with strange names in the past that are really all about the meaning, but not really about the ease of remembering it. So that's kind of like why I dropped those old names and came up with something new. Lester Haas was something that was kind of like me in a way, but it wasn't really something that was really me. For example, Haas, I got that Haas name from a joke that was it a coworker? Yes, it was a coworker, or a speaker rather. We were at a mini conference, a small conference, maybe 6 people. It was a meeting, and then this lady told us about this Hispanic man by the name of Jose. So instead of calling Jose by his real name, they nicknamed him Haas. Now, if you don't know my middle name is Joseph. So instead of using Joseph as, my middle name or my second name in the video, or in the channel rather, I used Haas. And when I looked up Twitter, a lot of people already used Haas, Haas, and what else? Yeah, so I wanted a name that I could use on different social media accounts. That was, it could be uniform. I didn't want to be, Lester Haas on YouTube, and then I'd be the real Lester Haas on Twitter, and then the real Lester Haas on Instagram. I didn't want to do that. So I went up to the different social media accounts that I had, or, the most frequently that I use anyway, and then, typed in the name and see if there were people like that. I finally settled on Haaz because there wasn't anybody on Twitter that was like that. There wasn't anybody on Instagram that was like that, and there wasn't anybody on Facebook that was like that. Those are the 3 social media sites I use, aside from YouTube. So I finally settled on that. I guess, like last month. So last month I came to I wanted to. Okay. So last month I purchased a service from Google called Stadia. So this is like a video game service from Google. So I wanted to change. I wanted to change my name into what I normally use on video games, but they didn't have it because I guess somebody already had it. So just because of that, I had to unfortunately I had to come up with another name to be able to to play on that platform. So I really thought long about this. I really didn't want to be put my whole name out there on the internet as myself. So I wanted this part of myself to be different, but me at the same time, if you get what I mean. So it's kind of like me, but not completely me. So I didn't really, my purpose was not to put my name out there. Well, my name doesn't really sound cool, number one. So I wanted something that was more kind of discreet, and something that for people that know me personally, they would say, oh, okay, that makes sense. That would make sense why he chose that name. So I first started out with my initials, LJB, and then, LJ Bar. But there were a lot of people, again, on the social media sites with those names, so I came up with LJ Bar. From Zanzibar. Sounds like it. But I'm not really from Zanzibar. I'm not really sure if Zanzibar's true or not. But anyway, so I finally settled with that name, and hopefully, that will be the end of it. And this will be the last video this is hopefully the last video that I will have to make, trying to explain why I changed my why I changed my channel. Because there's something about not being able to use, there's something about it that not being able to use your username because somebody else had it, and that sort of thing. So hopefully this will be it. Okay? So that's it for my explanation video. Peace.